Uilleann pipes are a woodwind reed instrument that were developed in around the 1700s. They were called Irish pipes or union pipes, but now today they're more commonly called Uilleann pipes because you use your elbow to press the bellows, and the Irish word for elbow is Uilleann. They were developed from the pastoral pipes, which had a slightly longer chanter. Our chanter is a little bit shorter, which means that you can sit down and place the chanter on your knee on a leather pad. The leather pad seals the bottom of the chanter, which means that you can play the second octave by putting a little bit more pressure on the reed.
The Uilleann pipes usually have 3 or more drones: the tenor drone, the baritone drone and the bass drone. And the main function of the drones is to provide a continuous background sound to the main melody line. Another important development in the history of the Uilleann pipes were the addition of these long stopped pipes with keys. These are called the regulators. And these first appeared around the mid-1700s, beginning with one individual regulator and gradually more being added. The regulator's main function is to provide harmonic accompaniment to the tune. The sets vary in size, length and also in bore dimension. There are generally 7 reeds in a full set of Uilleann pipes, and these can be made from natural materials such as cane.
Sean Reid, Sean Rudd tá stigan son sa chanter agus sé tá sána bhfuil tá píbán beag práis agus nuair héann an téir tríd so praban siad le den tá sé bríonn sé ar an malach céine is an go déana.
The music that we play is very, very varied. There are tens of thousands of different individual pieces. A great deal of it is dance music, including reels, jigs, hornpipes, set dances, polkas, but also purely instrumental music, and a huge number of song airs that would be the oldest stratum of the music. They go back in some cases to the 17th, 16th, possibly even the 15th century. Uilleann piping has been in decline at several stages during its history, in particular in the late 19th century after the famine and the ill effects of that event. In the very late 19th century, the Cork Pipers Club were the first to start a group to try and promote the instrument, and they were followed closely by pipers in Dublin. And the Dublin pipers and the Cork pipers took special care to involve tradition bearers to ensure the continuity of an unbroken tradition of Uilleann piping. Well, also present at that celebrated Feshkiol convention in 1901 was the famous traveller piper John Cash. He was an ancestor of the Jordan brothers, Felix and Johnny, who carried piping into several parts of Ireland, and they were quite important in bringing piping as travelling musicians to parts of Ireland where there might not have been a local piper or where the tradition was largely absent.
Transmission of Uilleann piping is chiefly by oral tradition, where players learn by ear. They normally start on a practice set with just a bag, a bellows and a chanter, normally around 10 years of age, or when their fingers are long enough to span the chanter. Over the last number of years we've seen interest from people of all ages and abilities in learning to play the pipes and to get access to a practice set and to learn from an experienced player. Good. Excellent. Another very important element in the transmission of Uilleann piping is through families, where it's passed from one generation to the next.
With the arrival of the 1960s, there was widespread concern about the future of the instrument, and several groups were set up to try and arrest its decline. The Armagh Pipers Club in 1966 and Na Píobairí Uilleann in 1968. In the 1970s, Uilleann piping began to become an internationally known form of music, particularly through the wonderful music of players like Paddy Maloney, Liam O'Flynn, Paddy Keenan and Finbar Fury. They and the bands they played with brought the music on concert tours to every corner of the world.